Today's a pretty special day. One of my favorite YouTubers, Neistat, some of you may know him. If not, I'll kind of try to plug a little video right here. He's coming to Columbus today, specifically Ohio State. I don't know exactly what he's going to talk about, but it's supposed to be some speech. I'm sure it'll be motivational per usual. But I can't wait to see him, and I'm going to bring this camera with so that you guys can see a little bit of his presentation. Hopefully I'll get to meet him, but who knows. So anyways, I guess I will see you guys later. Alright, just got out of class, heading to Neistat.
And chase his dreams to film by uprooting himself and moving to New York City. Please refrain from photography or videography during the event.
You guys can like take pictures and videos.
Yeah!
That's bullshit. Is that a boosted board back there? Two kinds of people. And it's like those who have some sort of crazy burning thing in them that they cannot turn off and cannot ignore, and they go to bed with it every night and they wake up with it every morning, and it's something they're going to chase until the day they die. And then there's everybody else. And there's nothing wrong with everybody else. I'd say like my dad is like everybody else, and my best friend is like everybody else, and they've just sort of fallen into a life that they love, and it has like family and a job, and it's a great life. Okay, talk about the other people. That is those of us who were born, who like God was like really angry when we were born, and he cursed us with ambition, which is a curse, because there's no turning it off. And you're stuck with it, and it will haunt you until the day you die. By proxy, just because you're in here, like, you have won the fucking lottery on life. Like, how special and how rare it is to be born, you know, someone healthy, to be born, probably most of you are from the States, here in the States, to be born with the opportunity to get to go to this school. Like, you already, in the grand scheme of humanity, are like at the very, 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 very top. One of those people who is cursed with ambition, you have an obligation to chase that ambition down. What about when it gets like really hard, or you get really discouraged, or like you fail really, really hard? What do you do then? And my response is always the same, which is just that like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You just keep going out there and you find that fucking dog. Like, Happy Gilmore reference. Seeing all of you out there, like I sort of am reminded, have these haunting flashbacks of when I was the same age as you. It's a shitty, tough age. Your parents telling you one thing, you get some asshole up on a stage telling you something else. They really conflict. It's like, get a job. It's like, reach for the skies. It only gets harder. It will never be easier than right now. As you escape the grasp of your parents, like paying the bills. As you get away from that, the temptation is to find something that feels good and feels like your own. Seek poverty in your 20s. Seek poverty. Meaning like, make sure your decisions are based only on what it is that you want out of life and what you want to be doing, not financial ones. Spend your 20s figuring it out, and then you spend your 30s doing it. And I think most people realize this sometime in their late 30s. And you're married and you have kids and you have a house and a mortgage and a dog and a car payment and all that, and it's too late. And then you sort of spend the rest of your life being like, I should have done it, and then you're 60, you're like, I definitely can't do it now, and then it's over. Never forget how temporary everything is. And if there's something you truly want out of life, you've gotta do it. Generation is really a generation of doers. And I think where we are right now in this world, politically, is like, we need a generation of doers. We need an army of doers. Old age of 35, like, in the last 2 years, I've really started to feel like an adult. Which, like, whatever. Still run a sub 5 minute mile. But I think what videos don't let me do, and being up here talking to you guys does let me do, is it lets me get into some of the more fun kind of nuance and some of the details of what took place behind the scenes and what predicated what maybe it was then punctuated by a single video that did so much. Now I talk more now about my early age, like the fact that I had a kid when I was young, the fact that I was on welfare, the fact that my teenage years were unconventional, because I was ashamed of that in my 20s, and now I'm like, I couldn't be more proud of it. And it is something that like I don't hide from, but I want to put way out there in front. You know, being one of 4 kids, I never felt like I was heard when I was younger. And then like, if you really want people to ignore you, be like a 17-year-old high school dropout with a kid out of wedlock and be on welfare and wash dishes for a living. No one gives a shit what you think. I think what I fell in love with when I got that video camera was for the first time ever I had a voice. You know what? What am I doing? Like, what do I want to do? Like, do I want this kid to like see me grow up and be a dishwasher and have him think that I'm a loser? And it's like, no, like I love this thing. Let me see what I can do with it. And I moved to New York City and I chased it down. You want to be here and you're here. There is no predetermined path to get you there. And this is one of those truths, one of those isms that me now as an old 35-year-old man, I look back on and realize just how true that is. All that matters is you have some ideas to where you want to be. Okay, I didn't go to film school, I don't know how to work in the ad world, I don't know how to get people's attention, so let me just make this, what I love doing, and just keep doing that, and then something will hit, and people will start to pay attention to it. As silly as that video is, it represents probably the biggest inflection point in my career. So not so long after this video came out and the success of a few other videos around this time, I was starting to build my own audience. I remember one time I did like, it was like X Games BMX bike, like bicycles that were branded for the X Games that they sell at Walmart. And I remember showing up on set and like the bikes were so junky that the pro BMX riders we had couldn't go off jumps with them. And I was like so conflicted, I felt like such a liar because we were faking these commercials. And it was just like this disaster and it made me feel gross. But I said to my agent, I was like, look, it's that work that's getting me these gigs. What if you just go to these companies, these brands, and get them to give me money and I'll make stuff like that for them. And I had built a company around it. I built a company that would do branded content, TV commercials, and then I'd take that money and I'd make cool videos that companies would see and they'd be like, oh, we love that cool video, let's get them to make a commercial. And it was this sort of cycle that was great and profitable and it was a great thing, but I was sick of it. And late in 2014, I got a phone call from, it was from the Sundance Institute, a fellowship at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology at MIT. And that fellowship was underwritten by the Rockefeller Foundation. So you get the Sundance Institute, the Rockefeller Foundation, and MIT. Those are all way above my pay grade. And when they offered me that opportunity, I was like, yes, like this is something you never turn down. You guys remember Google Glass? Yeah. So we had Google Glass, so all you would do is you would tap it like that, and it would capture a 10-second clip and then immediately post it to your feed. So when you would go through the feed, it was just people's POV. Close a round of funding. And we're like, this is it, soon everyone's gonna have Google Glass, check this app out, we've already raised almost $1 million. And he was like, this is cool. He's like, you know, they just killed Google Glass. And we're like, it didn't, what? You know, like then Snapchat just came out and just kicked our ass and we lost and our product failed. To be an entrepreneur isn't to launch a successful product. How many people here remember IDEO? 0 hands. Okay, that was a podcasting website that failed. But then the guys who made that, they're like, let's try a different version of it. And that different version was called Twitter. They're like, how many people here used an app called Bourbon? Okay, none of you. Bourbon was a check-in app like Foursquare, but it didn't really work. But there's a picture part to it that worked really well. So then they changed it and they renamed it Instagram. What it actually means to be an entrepreneur is to find success at all costs. I wanted to make a reality show on YouTube that was like a behind the scenes of a technology company, of Being. But like day 2, it just was like, this is gonna be too boring, let me just make it about like my family instead and we'll figure that part out. And as the product was struggling, the vlog was really taking off. So it was bringing all of these eyeballs to what we were doing. And it was a culmination of all of that, that when we needed to figure out what to do with this technology company and all these resources and a total lack of money, that started to open doors. And we sold the company to CNN, but there were offers from all over the place. And the offers were really interesting because between the lines of the offers were people that were interested to real money. And they were interested in what we had proven we could do with Beam and what we had proven we could do as far as building an audience because of the blog. They didn't want to buy the blog. They wanted to understand how we were able to find success and reach such a broad audience with a product that wasn't good enough to succeed. And like trying to understand what that even means is something that I still struggle with. With an opportunity to build something and do something that I've struggled to do my entire life, which is from like that dishwasher who's making little videos to what you just saw behind me, taking me to MIT and New York Times and everything else. I've never been able to take it bigger than just me. Meaning I've always had to rely on whatever it was that I could do. And scaling that is something I've always wanted to do. And the opportunity that Turner, that CNN brought, is that opportunity to scale it. Can we build something leveraging our chops with technology and my understanding of media and build something bigger than just me? Okay, that's it, but I think we're doing a Q&A now, right? What I always say is it's like when people have to ask, how do I know if I've got it or not? It typically means you probably don't. It's like those who really, really have it have never questioned that despite their means or their circumstance. But that's neither here nor there. The truth is when you meet someone who has that like bug, that fire that cannot be put out, to me it's just like the greatest thing in the world. Like all I want are those people near me or around me. Like every time I've ever hired someone to work for me, especially in the capacity, like Jack used to work for me. Jack's no longer like my assistant. Jack's now like a boss at Beam, at the new company. He has like a team. He's like kicking serious. No profanities tonight, but Jack's on fire. The truth is, I used to always say to people, it's like, look, if in 2 years you're still my assistant, I'm gonna fire you. Because I don't want people working for me that see this as a career. I only want people working for me that see this as a stepping stone to something bigger. You know, you guys, but when I was a kid, in order to make a movie, you needed thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, resources, people, energy, education, all this stuff. I'm looking around this room right now, and I'm seeing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people with high definition video cameras in their hands. The minute I stop talking, they can stop recording, and then they can distribute that to a global distribution outlet that accesses everybody on planet Earth. They want to edit that, they can edit it right there on their phone. It costs nothing.
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I was wondering, since we talked about Candace and Owen a little bit, I just wanted to know your favorite thing about Francine.
Okay, Owen is an angel. He is like 4.0 student. He is the sweetest kid. Francine is a like 23-pound terror. You look at Owen now and then you look at the footage I have of him when he was 2 years old and you're like, yeah, same person, just slightly taller. Which means that like when you scale or project where Francine is going, it's a very, very scary prospect. Like a ridiculously smart, really good-looking, blonde-haired, like big, like moon blue, gray blue-eyed kid that's like totally fearless and just troublesome. She's a great kid. She's so cute, but I mean she's bad. She's a bad kid.
Hey, what is up guys? I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's nothing special by any means. It's just something quick that I wanted to throw together because Casey was coming into town and I felt like, you know, it's my favorite YouTuber coming into town. I should probably do something. I tried to pick out the best parts from Casey's speech that I thought were most impactful or kind of what I enjoyed hearing the most. Really want to thank the Ohio Union Activities Board. I haven't been to one of their events before, but you know, bringing someone like Casey Neistat is something I never really expected, and I'm really happy that they did that because I think I not only speak for myself when I say that, you know, bringing someone like Casey, who has such influence to a school like this is just incredible. You know, he really spoke to me, and I'm sure he spoke to a lot of other people too. A lot of people who are aspiring to make YouTube videos. You know, I'm just starting. I'm loving it so far. I'm gonna be forever thankful for him. I know it sounds kind of weird to say, but you know, he's just someone I watch on my computer screen most of the time. But you know, seeing him in person was definitely a really cool experience, and if anyone ever gets a chance to, I'd highly recommend it. So anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for some more content. I don't know what's next, but I guess you'll just have to wait and see. So anyways, peace out, and I will see you in the next one.